All right, so today we have a clip here of a Fox News host going live on air and saying that the separation of church and state is not in the Constitution. You can't make this shit up. Here it is.
Janine, as a Democrat leading toward Biden, what would you like to see from a president in 24?
Let's see. I'm going to pick education, and I'm going to say that education is a key issue in our society.
It is.
So I want no books banned. I'm very anti anything being banned. You don't want your kid to read it? That's fine. I want my kid to read a little bit of everything.
And they're doing this like Fox News does this a lot. They do like these little, I don't know if they call them town halls, but they get like Democrat and Republican voters in there, and then they ask some questions like this. And this lady literally said, gave a pretty good take on, especially, like books being banned in Florida. She said, in Florida schools, if you don't want your child to read it, don't let your child read it. But I want my child to read it, and I'm 100% against banning books. And I feel like that's ultimately what it comes down to. If you don't want your child to see it, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that it gets taken away for everybody. That doesn't make sense. Just because one person objects to it, and that's not a blanket statement for every single thing. People be like, okay, well then you must be then it's okay with you're okay with like Nazis. No, that's not what I'm saying. When it comes to this specific issue, again, if you don't want your child to read it, don't let your child read it. But why are we banning them for all students, for schools, just overall? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Like 2,500 books banned so far, Will.
The trans advocacy.
I have one daughter.
Well, what about the trans something woke something about gay people? He doesn't even know. What about the trans advocacy? What does that mean? So I mean, they're just openly being transphobic now. They're literally saying, trans people, transgender people advocating for trans rights. Are you're okay with human beings having rights? Are you serious? It's like he can't even get it out. But it's just, again, it's just a Republican propaganda machine to the fullest extent.
She can read whatever she wants to read at an age appropriate to what she is.
So how about like the Bible? What if we wanted to teach the Bible?
Hey, guess what? It's public schools, buddy. So you can send your kid to private school. I don't know what he's doing here, but if you want to send your kid to private school, then maybe they can teach the Bible. It's like he's trying to it's like he thinks that he can somehow physically mold her thinking into saying what he wants her to say or what he wants someone on this panel to say. It's so weird.
Catholic. I've already taught her about the Bible because I'm Catholic.
But no, what about in school?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. And guess what, buddy? Again, send your fucking kid to private school. Send your kid to private school. If you want them to learn the Bible, you can send that motherfucker to private school. Or you can homeschool them if you want them to learn about the Bible. It's called public school, okay? So if we're going to teach the Bible, then we're going to teach all the other religions too. That's the rule. That's the deal. That's how I think it should be. We're not just going to teach the Bible. We're either teaching all of it, or we're leaving that shit out of public schools, and you can send your kid to private school. And there is no shortage of private schools in this country. Again, I was in private school my whole life. They do exist. They exist where I live. They exist where most people live, unless you live in a very remote area. And then again, if you do, then this stuff's not even going to really affect you that much, okay?
In school? Oh no!
Can have gotten
separation of church, and then
that's
all
not in the
history.
Constitution, but
All
that's a whole
history
other
should
thing.
be taught.
He literally just said separation of church and state is not in the Constitution. But I have news for you, Pete Hegseth, if that's even how you pronounce your name. I don't really care, honestly. I could not care any less about how to pronounce that dumbass's name. But I just did two simple Google searches because that's literally how easy it is to disprove Fox News, one of their flagship hosts, and the bullshit that they're saying. Separation of church and state. The first clause in the Bill of Rights states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. And then all you need to do is look and see that the Bill of Rights is indeed part of the Constitution. The first 10 amendments of the Constitution are the Bill of Rights. So, he can say whatever he wants. You can say it's not actually in the Constitution. It actually is in the Constitution, you fucking idiot. Absolute fucking moron. I can't believe he just said that. How fucking dumb do you have to be? I know elementary schoolers that could have told me that information and it been accurate. I could have asked an elementary schooler if separation of church and state is part of the Bill of Rights, aka part of the Constitution, they would have said, yeah, giving me a fucking thumbs up. What the fuck is he talking about? Unbelievably stupid. This lady right here is literally smarter than him, and he's getting mad that she's pushing back, even though he's literally full of shit. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Separation of church, and then
That's
all
not in the
history,
Constitution, but
all
that's a whole
history
other
should
thing.
be taught.
Yeah, it's not in the Constitution. It's only in the Constitution if Fox News says it's in the Constitution, actually, guys. If Fox News wants it to be part of the Constitution, then it's a part of the Constitution. That's how it works. If Fox News says it, then it's okay. But if Fox News didn't say it, then it's not true.
That is African American history, Native American history, Latino history, Asian history, Caucasian history. All history should be taught in public schools. So I'm going to say I'm very pro-education.
It's so interesting because education will be a topic cutting in both directions.
Very pro-education.
You described it differently than I think many of our other panelists
Which means
would as
that
well.
DeSantis.
Okay, yeah, that's called having a take on something, dumbass. Why do Republicans want every single facet of society? They want every person to just be like them and reflect their ideals and their ideas. If you want that, you can fucking go to another country. You're describing it differently than some of the other people on the panel. Yeah, she is. According to y'all, that's a Democrat voter. You probably have Republican voters up there. It's called having an opinion on something. It's called, that's what she thinks, dumbass. Do I need to be saying any of this stuff out loud for this grown-ass man who was also, this guy's ex-military. He's got a job on Fox News. Does this stuff need to be said out loud? Again, I can go find people that are extremely young, literally children, and they will have more coherent takes, they will be able to provide me with more accurate and better information than this man right here, because he is just talking straight out of his ass, and it just makes him sound unbelievably stupid.
This is a thumbs down because he doesn't want to educate people on black history, and so I take that as a personal affront. Being a black woman. Wait, your anti-blackness is showing.
That's a false statement.
And you can
It's not a false statement. It's not a false statement. DeSantis has been banning African American history. The AP board came out and literally said that DeSantis was banning African American history courses. Not a false statement. Shut the fuck up. It's not a false statement. If we're going to ignore facts, then yeah, it's a false statement. If we're going to ignore what's really going on, then yeah, everything is false. They're not banning books. They're not banning critical race theory, which isn't even being taught to young children in schools anyway. They're not banning anything. Republicans are all good. The Democrats are evil. Obviously, I'm joking about everything I'm saying. This video is probably going to get flagged now for all that stuff that I just said because YouTube doesn't like me making videos and saying stuff. But it's just like, what... I get tired, guys. I get tired of hearing people... When someone says something like, oh, Ron DeSantis is banning teaching of African-American history, it's like, no, it's a false statement, it's a false statement. It's not a false statement. Shut the fuck up. It's false because you are choosing not to believe it. That does not make it false. That makes you an idiot.
That's a false statement.
And you can be anti-black and be black. So his anti-black.
You want to keep blacks on the school plantation.
Put your slip back in.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? What the fuck is he saying? The school plantation? Bro, what the fuck are you on? That was so inappropriate of him to say. What the fuck? Everything, I'm gonna be honest. Everything that lady said, and I don't know who this lady is, I don't know any of these people, everything that lady said, to me at least, was pretty reasonable. I thought she got it out in a very coherent way, and I didn't think she insulted anybody. She didn't insult anyone. She was very nice about what she said, even though Pete's being an asshole. And then this guy comes out here with this fucking, you want to keep black people on the school plantation? What the shit?
School choice is a civil rights issue.
Separation of church and state.
It's the Underground Railroad to give black and brown children an opportunity in this
you're
country.
Anti-black history. You just told me.
I don't think.
Yeah, you kind of are, bro. This is really weird. This is a really strange clip. Pete let it all get out of hand, though. I mean, he needs to bring this back.
I think anyone is anti-black
No,
history.
he was a
Bro, oh my god. Never mind. He's a fucking idiot. I don't know what I expected of this dumbass that I've been sitting here shitting on for this entire video. I don't think anyone's anti-black history. Bro, they are saying that CRT is bad. Part of CRT is teaching about all of the history that has gotten us to the point where we are today, all of the legislation, all of the things that have discriminated against black people in this country. And again, critical race theory is not being taught in schools to young people because critical race theory is a college level, and I mean high college level course, okay? I've spoken about this many times. This isn't new information, but critical race theory is not being taught to elementary schoolers, it's not being taught to middle schoolers, and it's most certainly not being taught to high schoolers, okay? There might be a very, very small amounts of what some scholars and educators might consider CRT, maybe, but again, it is, if we are going to talk about CRT, history is a part of CRT, and when Ron DeSantis says, look, we're banning AP African American history college courses, guess what? That's anti-African American history. That's exactly what that is. You can't go around that. It's not a fucking opinion. It's a fact. Okay? That is what it is. These people can sit there and say, oh, this and that, like, oh, you know, I'm not doing this. I'm not, you know, I'm not that. And then Pete says, I don't think anybody is anti-African American history. Bro, you're white. Shut the fuck up about it. You're one to talk when you're literally sitting there saying that, you know, a separation of church and state, that's not actually in the Constitution.
That before.
Hyperbole on top of whether you want a radical Marxist theory in critical race.
These people don't know what this shit means. I'm so tired of hearing these people say radicalist, Marxist, woke. You guys don't know what that shit means. Tell me what the fuck Karl Marx stood for. Explain to me what Marxism is before you fucking say it and act like it's a bad thing. I guarantee you, if you asked Pete or any Fox News host to define Marxism, they would not be able to do it. And if they did do it, I guarantee you it would not be accurate. Fucking stop saying all of this. They're literally just fucking trigger words to make conservatives angry. He's purposely saying that shit when nobody knows what it means. Not nobody, I mean no conservatives. Conservatives do not know what Marxism is. They don't. They have no fucking idea. They don't even have the slightest idea of what Marxism is. They have no fucking idea. They think that teaching African American history is Marxism. How? How? How are you that dumb? How are you that uneducated? How are you that fucking stupid?
Race theory being taught to kids that divides them. That doesn't make you anti-black history.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, I know that everyone at Fox, I know that every single person that works at Fox, all of the hosts are complete fucking idiots. And I know that they all do the Republican grift thing, and that's their job. But it's just it's hilarious and also tiring at the same time to watch. You know, someone just sit there and say so much stupid shit, and just, that was not even 2 minutes, guys. That was only like 1 minute and 45 seconds. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, turn on all notifications, and for all of you that may have watched all the way to the end here, I do need to address something really quick. I have been having lots of trouble posting content here on this channel. I like to upload every day. I've been trying to make a video every day. Sometimes I am not able to get a video up every day. I have been having problems. I made a community post yesterday talking about how I tried to make a video about JP Morgan's story Business Insider broke about them pretty much just spying on their employees, and it was all of this terrible stuff, and there was a Reddit post that was talking about it in really great detail, and I really thought it was a really great video, and I uploaded it, and YouTube pretty much just told me that it's not it's violating TOS, and I can't have it up. They didn't threaten a strike. They pretty much gave me a message that was like, we know that you might not have known, but we still have to take your video down. One of those things. So I don't even know what was contained in it that wasn't bad. I didn't really say anything that crazy, like how, you know, I like to say, like, kind of satirical, like funny jokes, kind of make fun of like the conservatives and stuff. I didn't even do anything like that. I guess it was, maybe they thought it was some type of misinformation thing. I'm honestly not sure because YouTube didn't tell me. But yeah,